I do have a few special thank yous I need to issue. First of all, to the families of our students. I know how much time and dedication it's taken, and there have been many days where probably we've seen them longer than you have, but we really appreciate it. They are a wonderful group of students. I'd also like to thank Trichlor of Hastings and Meat Construction for their design and construction of our delightful mushrooms. I'd like to thank Mark Ramsey for his creation of our soundtrack, and Dawn Weiss for help with our lovely costumes. I'd also like to issue a great big thank you to the staff at Central Elementary for putting up with our chaos for the past few weeks. All of our sponsors that are in the program that you have, if you stop into those businesses, please thank them and tell them how much you appreciate their support of the arts. I'd also like to thank my husband for putting up with our crazy schedule and also for helping us build the set. I guess that's about it. I would like to also, I hope you saw the signs out front, we will be using strobe lights a number of different times through the show tonight. Other than that, enjoy the show, and thank you so much for coming.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tweedles in Wonderland.
No, it's Alice in Wonderland.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So, we've got some little ground rules for you here in Wonderland, alright? First of all, the bright lights from, cell phones and cameras, they really distract us. So if you could not use flash photography or have your cell phones on during the program.
Yes, I see someone using their phone to tweet up there, I think,
Down there.
Facebook and an Instagram,
There.
Snapchatting, and those lights actually
Way up
distract
there.
you. Ah,
What?
the light, oh, it burns,
Alright, so, if you guys think that you should clap for anything we do, please do so, especially for the Tweedles.
But if the show is sinking, please buy the Rotten Tomatoes album back. It's a cheap price, just throw them at us. I'm just kidding, folks. Yeah.
Alright, please, you see, if you have any loud children with you and they're upset by anything, please take them to the Jabberwocky. We have it out back.
He's just kidding, folks. There is no Jabberwocky. Just bring him out to the lobby so you don't distract anyone else.
And if you guys have any delicious food with you right now, bring them out to the Tweedles. We'll be in the lobby. We're kind of hungry.
Oh, hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, need a booger or something.
Oh, that's not good. Alright, guys.
All right.
Have fun.
Have fun. Enjoy the show,
Yeah,
please.
see ya.
It's a great time.
Oh, the Duchess, so won't you be savage if I kept her waiting? I'm late!
Alice! Oh, Alice! Where have you gone? Stop playing your foolish games and come here. Oh, there you are. Now, ladies don't run around willy-nilly like wild creatures.
Why not? Wild creatures live much more exciting lives than ladies do. Ordinary life is so boring.
Now, Alice, stop your fussing and come sit down. I brought a lovely book for us to read today. There once was a poor woodcutter and his wife who had 2 children named Hansel and Gretel. One day, the woodcutter's wife said, Alice, listen to the story.
What did you see?
Alice, quit interrupting.
Miss Rabbit! Where could she have gotten to? Maybe she went through here. to. I wonder how many miles I've fallen.
Oh, the Duchess, won't you be savage if I kept her waiting?
There it is. There's the white rabbit. Whoever heard of a rabbit with a pocket watch? It's the most curious thing I've ever seen. It must be somewhere near the center of the earth. Let me see. Puts me 4,000 miles down, I think.
Oh, the Duchess, I'm late.
Excuse me, ma'am.
What's that? Who's talking?
My name is Alice.
Then Alice can't be my name, can it?
Ma'am?
You have to be who you are, and I have to be who I am. So if you're Alice, I'm obviously someone else.
I think so.
You think, don't you know? If you're not sure who you are, I could be Alice. You could be the white rabbit.
I don't feel the least bit like a white rabbit.
Then perhaps you're a Welsh rabbit.
I was wondering, could you tell me what this place is called?
I could. I don't know if I should. You seem like a stupid girl, and good information is usually wasted on stupid folk.
Rude.
There's no need to be polite either. That's the way things are in Wonderland.
Is that where I am? Wonderland?
I'm late.
Oh, wait. Please wait. I still have any questions. She seemed the size of any other rabbit up there. Down here, she's much bigger. Or maybe I'm smaller. Oh, I do wish I wouldn't have fallen. I wish my sister would pop her head down and say, "Come up again, Alice." I don't want to be all alone down here.
Stop crying. You're making a flood.
Who said that? There's no flood here. I'm simply crying. Oh, my foot. It's wet. My tears are making a rather large puddle.
Oh, stop sobbing. I'm drowning.
Oh, how peculiar. The water's rising. I gotta keep my chin above the water.
If you weren't so big, you wouldn't have made this ocean.
I'm not big. I'm small. At least, I think I am.
Don't think. It's drier that way.
Mouse, do you know how to get out of this pool? I'm getting tired of swimming about.
I don't see why I should tell you anything. Look at the salty soup you've gotten me into.
Mouse, please don't go.
There's not much sense in staying, you know. You're not very good company.
I do wish I could get to shore.
How do you do, my dear?
Not very well, thank you. I'm not a very good swimmer.
Don't worry, the pond will soon dry up.
How is that possible?
Anything is possible in Wonderland. Simply think backwards.
Backwards?
Just think of what it was like before you started to cry.
I'll try.
I'm dripping wet. I'm cross. I'm uncomfortable. How are we gonna get dry?
If I was back home, I'd fetch you some fluffy towels.
Well, you're not back home, so that isn't helpful. Be helpful.
I'm trying.
I could sing something. Will your singing dry my feathers? It won't make them any wetter. Well, in that case, I suggest you begin the concert.
Oh, the Duchess. Oh, my fur and whiskers. She'll have me
begin.
Whenever we like. What fun!
What madness!
Oh, I do believe there's going to be a winner. You're in front of me, so you're back to me as well. Faster! Faster! Faster!
When do we stop?
Whenever we like. Faster! Stop! The race is over.
I'm quite out of breath. I'm dry.
Well, naturally you're dry.
That's why we had the race.
Who has won?
Everybody has won, and all must have prizes.
Who is to give the prizes?
Why, she, of course.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know if I have anything appropriate. I know. Gumdrops. Luckily, the water didn't ruin them. There's exactly one piece for each.
She must have a prize herself.
Of course. What else do you have in your pocket?
Only a thimble.
Hand it over. Thank you. We beg your acceptance for this elegant thimble.
It's also absurd. They look so grave. I don't want to laugh. Thank you. I do wish Dinah was here.
And who is Dinah, if I might venture to ask?
Dinah's my cat.
Did you say cat?
I beg your pardon. I forgot mice don't like cats.
Not like cats? Would you like cats if you were me? Oh, nasty, low, vulgar things. Don't let me hear the name cat again.
I didn't mean to upset you. She's really better with birds than she is with mice.
I really must be getting home now. Air doesn't suit my throat. It's high time we're all in bed.
I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sure if you met Dinah, you'd find she's quite good company. God, I've done it. No one in Wonderland seems to like a cat. Lost and alone. Mustn't cry. Not after what happened last time.
Always speak the truth. Think before you speak. Write it down afterward.
Here comes someone. Perhaps she can help me. She does look odd, like a walking chess piece.
Where do you come from? Where are you going? Look up, speak nicely. Don't twiddle your fingers all the time.
I was wondering if you could help me. I seem to have lost my way.
I don't know what you mean by your way. All the ways about here belong to me. Why do you come out here at all? Curtsy while you're thinking of something to say. Saves time. Why are you staring?
It's your crown. It's the strangest crown I've ever seen. It looks exactly like a chess piece.
It is a chess piece. I'm the red chess queen. Don't you know anything? Look out there. What do you see?
Why, the countryside looks exactly like a giant chessboard.
Open your mouth a little wider when you speak, and always say, Your Majesty.
There ought to be some chessmen moving about. And so there are. It's a great huge game of chess being played all around the world. What fun it is. I should like to be a pawn myself, although I'd like to be queen best, Your Majesty.
That's easily managed. When you get to the 8th square, you'll be a queen.
That's all there is to it?
You're not there yet.
My sister will be so surprised. And Dinah.
No more talking, only running.
Running?
Faster, faster!
Where are we going?
Faster, faster, now, now!
This is stranger than a compass race.
Faster, faster! You may rest a little now.
Why, I don't believe we've gotten anywhere. Everything's just as it was.
Of course it is. How else would you have it?
In my country, you tend to get somewhere else if you run very fast for a very long time, as we've been doing.
A slow sort of country. Now here, you see it takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. If you'd like to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast. And remember, in Wonderland, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
How am I to reach the HHS square?
Take a train, I should think. That'll bring you to the 4th square. That belongs to Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The 5th is mostly water. The 6th belongs to Humpty Dumpty, and the 7th is a forest. However, a knight shall show you the way. And in the 8th square, we'll be queens together, monarchs supreme, all feasting and fun.
Oh, how exciting! Can we go
all in a summer's day.
Yeah.
The neighbor parts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away.
Off with his head! I do wish you'd stop saying that.
Off with her head.
No.
Don't forget the croquet. Bring your own flamingo.
Yes, ma'am.
Proceed. Sentence first, verdict afterwards.
Do you think that the poor man's to get a fair trial?
I suppose.
Why do you need to bring a flamingo to a croquet game?
Silly question. Queen of Hearts is ruler here. We do as she commands. We use the flamingos as mouse to hit the croquet ball. Come along. 8 squares twice in distance. We'll have to run twice as fast as before. Faster, faster.
I'm trying!
Faster, faster.
Oh, wait! Wait! Please wait, I can't run as fast as you! Wait! Wait!
You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too, for anything tougher than suet. Yet you managed the goose with the bones and the beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it?
I should never catch up with the Red Queen. I've never seen anyone who runs as fast as she. Oh,
Who are you?
I hardly know. I know who I was when I woke up this morning.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
Afraid I can't put it more clearly. Wonderland is a strange place and it does confuse one.
Not a bit.
It certainly confuses me.
You! Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why?
I'm not going to stand here and listen to any more nonsense.
That's all you're going to hear in this place. North, east, south, west. It's all nonsense. Wait!
What?
Can you recite my favorite poem?
What is your favorite poem?
You are old Father William.
I think so.
Begin.
You are old, Father Williams, the young man said, and your hair has become very white, and yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right?
Another verse. Only louder. Don't slur your words.
In my youth, Father Williams said to his son, I feared it might injure the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why, I do it again and again.
Another verse. With feeling this time.
You are old, said the youth, as mentioned before, and you become uncommonly fat. And yet you turn a back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason of that?
Stop! You said that wrong. Wrong from beginning to end.
I do wish you creatures in Wonderland weren't so easily offended.
You'll get used to it in time.
For the Duchess, an invitation to play croquet. For the Duchess.
Oh, the Duchess, the
An
Duchess.
invitation
Be
to play
satisfied
croquet.
after waiting.
For the
I
Duchess,
played.
from the Queen of Hearts. An invitation to play croquet.
There's no point in knocking.
Why not?
First, because I answer the door, and I'm on the same side of the door as you. Second, because they're making so much noise inside, no one would be able to hear you.
Ooh.
I don't hear anything.
You will.
How am I to get in?
Are you to get in? That's the question.
It's really dreadful. The way all the creatures in Wonderland argue the way they do. It's enough to drive one crazy. I'm sure the caterpillar was wrong. I won't get used to it.
Suit yourself.
What am I to do?
Anything you'd like.
There's no point talking to him. He's perfectly idiotic. Anybody home?
Speak roughly to your little boy and greet him when he sneezes. Achoo! He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases. Achoo!
Oh, the soup needs more pepper.
Pig,
That soup has too much pepper in it.
there's too much pepper in that soup. Pig,
Please, would you tell me what this is?
don't you know anything? You're looking at a Cheshire cat.
It's not a cat at all. It's a smile.
More like a grin.
More pepper?
I've often seen a cat without a grin, but a grin without a cat? It's the most curious thing I've ever seen.
Then you haven't seen much, and that's a fact. Pig,
I beg your pardon.
why? I don't bet yours. You should have bet mine. It's only fair. Besides, begging isn't nice.
What are you doing?
Here, you take it. I'm still getting ready to play croquet.
I don't take this child away. There's no telling what will happen to it. Please don't sneeze so close to the baby.
That's not a baby.
Don't pepper the baby.
Oh, it's a pig. See for yourself.
Oh my, it is a pig. Don't. I'm afraid if you're going to turn into a pig, my dear, I'll have nothing more to do with you.
Oh, let me see the thing. I know how to deal with this sort.
If I would have grown older, I would have been a dreadfully ugly child.
But a rather handsome pig, I think.
I can't stand here making no progress. I'm trying to reach the HHS square.
Well, in that case, have some more pepper.
Oh, stop! Oh, please stop! Achoo! Achoo!
Whatever has become of that little girl? She'll never make it to the 8th square the way she runs the place. Oh, nonsense. You can't be on to play croquet with the queen. And why not? You don't have a flamingo. Well, I have an invitation, and that is ready too. We mustn't keep her waiting. You know how angry your queen of hearts can get. Well, I know how angry I can get if I stay in one place too long. Shall we run twice as fast? Why not? I'm late, oh dear, I'm late. Meow. Meow.
What a pleasant-looking cat. Perhaps you can help me.
Meow. It's nice seeing you again.
Again? Have we ever met before?
Back at the Duchess's. Don't you remember me? I'm the Cheshire cat.
I met your grin there, but I didn't meet you.
I was there all along. I fade in and out when the mood strikes.
Where's your grin?
Back in the kitchen. You don't suppose I carry it everywhere I go? Someone might steal it.
I was wondering, could you tell me which path I should take?
That depends a good deal on where you want to get to. In that direction lives a hatter. In that direction lives a March hare. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
I don't want to go among mad people.
You can't help that. We're all
been invited.
And what became of the baby? I forgot to ask.
Turned into a pig.
I thought it would. It always does.
Oh, Cheshire Cat, wait, won't you please come back? I still have to ask you how to get to the A square. Oh.
If you think we're waxworks, you have to pay, you know. Waxworks weren't made to be stared at for nothing, no. How?
Contrary-wise, if you think we're alive, you ought to speak.
I didn't mean to stare. This must be Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'm in the fourth square.
I know what you're thinking about, and it isn't so, no. How?
Contrary-wise, if it wasn't, might be, and if it were, it would be. But it isn't, so it ain't. That's logic.
I was thinking. Could you tell me which way I could get into the A square?
No, how?
Well then, could you tell me?
You've begun wrong. The first thing in a conversation is to say, how'd you doing? Shake hands. How'd you do?
How do you do?
Shall we dance?
Delighted. Four times round is good enough for one dance.
I hope you're not tired from the little dance. I still have so much to ask.
No, how? And thank you very much.
Much obliged. Do you like poetry?
Yes, a little bit. But I really need to know which path I should take.
What should I recite for her?
Well, the walrus and the carpenter is the longest. It's all about a walrus and a carpenter who trick some baby oysters into taking a walk with them.
And then they eat the oysters.
I don't think I care to hear it.
The walrus and the carpenter were
Please,
walking.
it is a long poem. Could you just...
The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand.
They wept like anything to see such quantities of sand.
If only this were cleared away, they said it would be grand.
If 7 maids with 7 mops were to sweep it for half a year, do you suppose the walrus said that they could make it clear?
I doubt it, said the carpenter as he shed a bitter tear.
Oh, oysters, come and walk with us, the walrus did beseech. A pleasant talk, a pleasant walk along the briny beach. We cannot do with more than 4, then lend a hand to each.
The eldest oyster looked at them, but never a word he said. The eldest oyster winked his eye and shook his heavy head, as if to say he did not mean to leave his little oyster bed.
Then 4 young oysters hurried up, all eager for the treat. Their faces were washed, their coats were brushed, their shoes were clean and neat. And this was odd, for you know, they hadn't any feet.
4 other oysters came with them, and then another 4. Thick and fast they came at last, and more and more and more, all running through the waves and frolicking towards the shore.
Then the walrus and the carpenter walked on a mile or so, and then they rested on a rock, conveniently low, and then the little oyster stood and waited in a row.
The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes, of ships, of sealing wax, and cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot, and whether pigs have wings.
But wait a bit, the oysters cried, before we have our chat, for some of us are out of breath and most of us are fat. No hurry, said the carpenter, and they thanked him much for that.
A loaf of bread, the walrus said, is chiefly what we need. Vinegar and pepper beside are also nice indeed. Now, if you're ready, O oysters dear, we can begin to feed.
But not on us, the oysters cried, turning a little blue, for after such kindness, that'd be a most dismal thing to do. The night is fine, the walrus said. Do you enjoy the view?
Thank you all for coming. You're all so very nice. The walrus said nothing but, cut us another slice. I wish you weren't quite so deaf, for I've had to ask you twice.
It seems a shame, the walrus said, to have played them such a trick. After we brought them out so far and made them trot so quick. The carpenter said nothing but, the butter's been spread too thick.
I weep for you, the walrus said. I deeply sympathize. With tears and sobs, he sorted out those of the largest size and held his pocket handkerchief up to his streaming eyes.
Oh, oyster, said the carpenter, you've had a pleasant run. Shall we begin trotting home again?
But answer came there none. And this was scarcely odd because
they'd eaten every one.
I think I like the walrus better, because he did feel a little sorry for the oysters.
But you see, the walrus held his pocket handkerchief up so that the carpenter couldn't see what he was taking. He ate the most.
That was mean. Then I like the carpenter better, because he didn't eat as many as the walrus.
Well, he ate as many as he could get.
Then they were both very unpleasant characters. Now can you please tell me which path I should take?
Well, you're an impatient girl.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rush you. It's just I really want to get to the 8th square. Can you please tell me which path?
Why didn't you say so? It's that way!
Oh!
More tea.
How nice. How civilized. Tea time.
I hope I'm not intruding.
There's no room! No room!
There's plenty of room.
Who is she?
Didn't you invite her?
Certainly not. No room better for guests.
Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Then it wasn't polite of you to offer it.
It wasn't polite of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table, except for more than just 3. Must be awfully uncomfortable the way you lean in on the dormouse like that. Although I suppose if she's asleep, she really doesn't mind.
Your hair wants cutting.
You shouldn't make personal remarks. It's very rude.
What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you butter wouldn't suit the works.
It was the best butter.
Yes, yes, but some crumbs must have got it as well. You shouldn't have put it in with the bread knife.
What a strange watch. It tells the day of the month and it doesn't tell the time.
Why should it? Does your watch tell what year it is?
Of course not. That's because it stays the same year for such a long time.
Which is just the case with mine.
I don't understand you.
The dormouse is asleep again.
Poor Santiana's nose.
Of course, just what I was going to remark myself.
I want a clean teacup. Let's all move one place.
If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting 8. 8 a hymn.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare say you've never even spoken to time.
I know I have to beat time when I learn music.
Ah, that accounts for it. You won't stand for beating. I quarreled with time last March. Just before you went mad.
March? I'm the March hare.
Don't you remember? It was at the great concert given by the Queen of Hearts. I had to sing. Excuse me for a minute, I might be a tune. That sounds pretty good. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle. Pinch its nose and make it stop. This cup has already been used. Let's all move one place.
Anyways, I'd hardly finished the first verse before the Queen brought out
time here now. We know every time we wash the plates, the cups, the saucers.
That's why you're always changing places.
As things get used up, there must be cleaned up somewhere.
But what happens to when you're back to where you started?
I'm getting tired of this. Tell us a story.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know one.
Wake up, Dormouse,
I'm awake. I heard every word you fellows were saying.
A story.
and be quick about it, or you'll be asleep again before the time it's done.
Once upon a time, there were three little sisters. And their names were Elsie, Lacey, and Tilly. And they lived in the bottom of a molasses well.
What did they live on?
Why, molasses, of course.
More tea.
I haven't had any yet.
Then she can't take more.
You mean she can take less? It's easy to take more than nothing.
No one asked for your opinion.
Who's making personal remarks now?
The dormouse has fallen asleep again.
Wake up! Wake up!
And so, these three little sisters, they were learning to draw, you know.
What did they draw?
Well, you can draw water from a water well. So I suppose you could draw molasses from a molasses well. Don't you think, stupid?
But they were in the well.
Of course they were. Well in.
Stop it! Stop it! I'm never going there again.
Let's do something before the dormouse falls asleep again.
Let's put them in the teapots.
Good idea.
It's the stupidest tea party I've ever been to in my entire life.
She thought that was true.